The experience economy, term coined by Joseph Pine and James Gilmore. It's a theory about businesses must now create memories for their customer, and the memory itself becomes the product or the experience. This video will focus on the four terms commodity, goods, service, and experience, and how they incorporate themselves into the experience economy.
Commodity. It's described by the dictionary as any unprocessed or partially processed good, such as grains, fruits, vegetables, or precious metals. So, in other words, a commodity is anything that is natural and comes from the earth without alteration. Now, commodities are based off of demand, and this can be both valuable or invaluable. And over time, the production of commodities has changed quite a bit, primarily due to the creation and the advancement of technology. In the past, a large majority of people were working in the area of commodity, helping to produce these natural resources for trade. But now, in our modern day society, we are beginning to see a shift in the workforce, which means people are moving from the area of commodity and natural resources and are beginning to produce more processed goods. Now, to explain goods, goods are described as articles of trade or merchandise. It's when commodities, the all-natural resource, are transformed into tangible stuff, things that can be used in people's homes, things that can be swiped off shelves or bought in catalogs. Nowadays, people have grown to value goods over commodities, typically because goods are more easily accessible and easier to use in today's society. And since manufacturers primarily use machines and have taken advantage of assembly lines for maximum efficiency, that means more people are needed to sell the goods that they have created.
Whenever you order or buy a cup of coffee, you are paying for the service of the provider making you that coffee. The provider makes it to your liking, adding other ingredients and using a specific type of coffee bean, perhaps, at your request. Service is the next step in taking a good, like the coffee beans used in the coffee you bought, and turning it into capital. Services are more expensive than commodities and goods because you are adding a little more value to the good when you factor in the service of labor. In this case, the services you pay for when you buy a cup of coffee at a gas station, coffee kiosk, or as a side of the breakfast you bought at a restaurant are the intangible activities done on your behalf. There is no emotional value attached, no ambiance to help you relax into a certain mood, just the service of not having to make the coffee yourself.
The experience you have when ordering a cup of coffee, for instance at Starbucks, is what differentiates itself from other stores. Starbucks likes to create an ambiance with certain music, with certain colors and designs and artwork around the store that help describe the overall vibe of the store. Now, this is what keeps you coming back. It's a certain memory that you associate with Starbucks, and instead of just being about the coffee, it's about the overall experience. This allows places like Starbucks to charge more for their coffee. Now, to sum up this presentation, we went from commodity to a good to a service to an experience. Now, in the case of Starbucks, they have a commodity, which is the coffee bean, which is then turned into a good, the coffee, by a barista, which is the service, in the overall store of Starbucks, which is the experience. Now, this is today what is known as the experience economy.